This year so far, I've just been completely void of ideas. So I went through some old sketchbooks. This one here, Ideas and Bullshit, is a sketchbook from maybe 5-6 years ago. I don't really use sketchbooks like proper artists using sketchbooks. Mine are more like this, doodles, photograph doodles. It's more like capturing ideas than it is actually a sketchbook. And I found this one. So, to the very untrained eye, this very complex, very well drawn rendering is Buzz Lightyear and a xenomorph alien. This is a parody mashup, it's probably both, of the scene in Alien 3 where the alien comes down to Ripley and sniffs her and then doesn't attack her because Ripley's got an alien inside her stomach. Can't really believe it's taken me 5 years to get around to doing this, because I think this is a really cool, fun idea. So that's what I'm going to paint, and hopefully it looks better than this does. Hello art nerds, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I did a little poll asking if you like voiceovers or not, and everybody says you like voiceovers, so this is your fault that you can hear me. As you could hear, I was explaining in the beginning, this year so far, 2024, I have been bereft of ideas. Absolutely nothing in the old noggin. And I was thinking to myself, it used to be easy. Back when I was young and sprightly and beautiful, I used to come up with a load of ideas. So I went back to one of my old sketchbooks, the one you saw, and found this wicked idea, this mashup, this parody of Alien 3, mashed up with Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3? Any Toy Story, but actually specifically Buzz Lightyear. I just rewatched all 4 of the Toy Stories over Christmas, so maybe this was in my brain, not quite sure. Now, Alien 3, if you've not seen it, I love it. It's I really like it. It gets hard knocks. A lot of people don't like it. It's by David Fincher, who went on to make Fight Club, probably one of my most treasured films and treasured memories watching that in the cinema. Watch the director's cut of Alien 3 because it's phenomenal. Now, in Alien 3, there's this extremely famous scene which you would know the still from if you haven't even seen the film, where Ripley in the hospital is on the floor and overcomes an alien or a xenomorph, and it sniffs her and it doesn't kill her. You don't fully know why, and then you find out it's because there is an alien inside of her. Super powerful, super amazing moment. So I thought I'd take away all that gravitas and all that power and replace it with a cartoon character. So taking away the most famous space cadet, Ripley, and replacing her with the most silly space cadet, Buzz Lightyear. In space, no one can hear you scream to infinity and beyond. So all I did was draw him roughly in the same pose as Ripley. Getting the eyes was the most important bit, and the mouth to make him look like he's terrified. Then I put these sort of animated, cartoon-esque sweat marks on his brow, which if you see the still, Ripley is doing that. And then beside it, the xenomorph. On the drawing you were seeing at the beginning, I've got the little mini xenomorph tongue. I don't know what you call that. You know, the tongue that comes out. When I went to draw it, the canvas was getting too full, so I thought I'd bring it back a few frames in that scene and put the little tongue monster, whatever the hell it's called, inside its mouth. Alien xenomorphs are not easy to paint. They're black and shiny, therefore they reflect whatever colours around them. If you look at a lot of the action figures, they nearly always do them in grey and black, which I think is probably the correct way to do it. But because they are this shiny black, it usually reflects whatever colours around them. In the Alien 3 scene, if you look at it, he is reflecting the sort of the sepia tones of that movie. So I wanted to keep the browns, but paint him a bit like he is in a Pixar movie, because I wanted them to balance. I didn't want them to look totally disconnected, but at the same time I didn't want to paint Buzz like he's in realism, and I didn't want to paint the xenomorph in cartoon. I had to find a middle ground for both of them, so the middle ground is sort of this comic book look. But yeah, the xenomorphs are a pain. They're a pain to paint. If you Google xenomorphs pop art, you'll find very few paintings, and the reason is, 1, they have no real colour. 2, they have no eyes. 3, they have no smile. They have no real continuous size. Their structure is all wrong. They're like a deformed horse. They're extremely horrible to paint. So I did many layers on this, and in the end I realized to get a xenomorph right was to take away a lot. I was painting too many sort of, I don't know what you call it, tendrils and these pole marks, and I just painted it all black and it worked much better. There you go, all gone there. I didn't really need to do too much expression in him or her. The teeth and the spit, the acid drool. Oh no, it's not acid drool, it's acid blood, isn't it? They don't drool acid, they bleed acid. That was the most important bit, I think, was the teeth and the drool. How it's landing on Buzz's shoulder. I thought that'd be quite cool. Now we're going over to Buzz, and we are changing gear quickly, and we're going into painting cartoon, animation. Whereas the xenomorph was a lot more bittier. He is just these big block colours. Of course, I haven't painted him how you would see like Buzz in the Buzz Lightyear cartoon, where he's just one colour. I'd still painted him in a couple of tones, but in a pop art style, in my style. But it's still close enough to the original, with the beautiful combination of the purple and that green and the grey. I don't know why those 3 colours look so good together. I don't really know why. They just complement each other. Why? That's probably why they complement each other. Then I'm going back in with the old Posca pen, as I do on everything, to get everything really defined and get that comic book illustrative look. Going to Buzz's. Look, if it goes about there, I'm doing it there. He crossed over his teeth like he's nearly biting his lip, which I thought made him look really cool and scared. The sweat, I just love, and then his eyes. This is when it all comes together. I've pushed the eyes over to the side because he's looking that way, and he's just got this slight scowl, slight concerned look on his eyebrows, or the little twirl on his chin. I forgot that, so I went back in and put it in. And then there's the eyes, and it's starting to come together. I've painted this on a big bit of canvas, so when I put over stretcher bars, you'll see at the end where the like how it's constrained, because obviously I wouldn't leave the top all frayed like that, and put that single light blue line in, the reflection, and there we have it. Alien Story, I called this. I was thinking about In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream, Infinity and Beyond, but I preferred Alien Story. I think it's more simple. So there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, space marines and xenomorphs, this is Alien Story, my favourite painting I've done for a long time, what I'm very proud of, and one that was born out of me not knowing what to paint. Sometimes you need to go back to where it all began to know where you're going. I shall speak to you soon, and bye!